y'all know how we do it. I ain't gonna hesitate. I am finna penetrate the paint real hard and let y'all know what's going on. It's officially Rap Music Day.
That's right.
Okay?
Yep.
Word
It's May
play
3rd.
call, ain't it?
May
Yeah.
3rd. Yeah, I see your little skills and everything. We still impromptu, even though it looks like Mix has been practicing. No, I'm just kidding. It's beautiful. That's right. It's May 3rd, Rap Day.
Okay?
And according to the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace,
Check that out. Just go Google. Do it again for me.
Hip Hop Declaration of Peace.
It's that easy. Or you can just go to the Temple of Hip Hop and check out what KRS-One has been doing since, what was that, 96?
For a while.
For quite some
And you
time.
can also go to my Facebook page, Gypsy Rain.
Mine
and
too.
right at the top, and your page too, you can sign the Declaration of Peace for yourself and find out information for yourself. That's what this is about. That's why
Okay.
we don't spend a lot of time giving you a spew. Look it up yourself, find out what's going on for yourself.
But when you go to Google Hip Hop Declaration of Peace, there you will find the 9th principle, and it states that May 3rd is Rap Music Day. Now, on this day, each year, hip hopperins, as me and you,
That's right.
we are encouraged to dedicate our time and our talents, to the service of the communities as well as their own self-development.
Uh-huh.
Every third week in May is Hip Hop Appreciation Week.
Yep, we get
and I
ready.
appreciate you being a hip hopper so you can celebrate Hip Hop History Week and Rap Music Day with me. And Hip Hop History Month later on down the line in November. But we'll get to that later. But it also states there that November is Hip Hop History Month, and I did that already.
That's the
So
ninth
Google
principle.
that.
So that's what we're
Hip-hop.
doing, celebrating the 9th principle of hip hop culture. And so if you rap like rap music, you know, you've been a part of hip hop culture. Unfortunately, if you're sagging your pants, you're a part of the hip hop culture. If you are, you know, between the ages of
Be careful.
20 something to 40 something,
Okay.
you are a part of the hip hop culture. Generation X is what they call us, but trust me, we are far more than the next, which is the unknown variable.
Okay.
Remember in school when you learned
That's math.
algebra, the X was like the first unknown variable. Before you learned that A, B, C, D, and any letter could be unknown, X was the first one introduced. So,
I always knew what X was. The 2 letters in my name remix.
oh, okay.
I always knew that.
I always
you
know what X is when the haters around.
Oh, that's X marks the spot.
No, X is. No, just kidding. You don't know why we
Okay.
are. I think that's our entertainment, talking about haters, which we know do not exist, right? Because we're
They
in
don't.
2012
They don't.
and the
They
rapture
don't.
has occurred. If you
Oh.
haven't copped that yet, here it is for you. Raw Wars Rapture
And
at
you can-
rawwar.biz.
Okay.
You can get that with a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it big over there.
Check
at
it out.
Rainmaker Entertainment.
All you gotta do is dial 330-330-8822 and you can have this Rapture officially in your presence.
Okay, we better speed it along before we get in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Rap Day is all about reading
Okay.
to the kids. That's what we
Reading
did
to the
last
kids.
year. Last year, you can go to Ustream and, I don't know, look around and see if you can find our old show from last
It's May
year.
3rd.
We'll put it up on the site for you, rawwar.biz, within the next 24 hours. So you can watch the old one when you read a book last year.
Yeah.
And then you can watch this one. And so if your
Check
kid
this out. Check
didn't
this
get
out.
to see it last year, they could.
Is you gonna put it up where they gonna be able to see it?
What do you mean?
The May 3rd of 2011. You finna post that so they can see
Yeah,
it.
they'll go to rawwar.biz
Okay,
and go
okay.
right to the front page. You don't even have to sign in.
Oh, check
I'm
this
gonna
out.
make sure you can get that
You know,
information.
we do this. Well, I do this a lot. The 10th person that called me that know the title to that book that I read last year on May 3rd. I
I'm looking back there because we got all them prizes.
I got something special for y'all. It's the 10th person now. I know everybody gonna know because you about to post it. That's why we're gonna go with number 10. They're gonna call me and call
Yeah,
me
so
and
take
call
them
me.
a couple days to catch
yeah.
up, watch it, go to the site, and then
You still got
call
time.
us.
So don't feel
call us.
bad. The first person that called me is not gonna win. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So take your time, do your research. I need to know the name of that book.
That you read last year to the kids.
Okay then.
Okay, and also another contest we got going on is for you to go to my Facebook page or Remix Unmuted and sign the Declaration of Peace.
Okay.
After you sign the Declaration of Peace and put in the proper information, send us a confirmation to biz@rawwar.biz. That's B-I-Z
Biz.
at rawwar.biz, and we have something for you there also. Just put in your email and say, hey, I signed the Declaration of Peace. They are challenging us up there in New York to see how many people we can get to sign, you know, from now until May 19th. So Youngstown, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Go sign. Tell a friend to sign it, and we'll keep it up on the page because that's our best efforts because we've already signed it. So our best efforts is to share it with, I think I got a few thousand friends on Facebook.
We can share it with our friends and they all can sign it.
And I'll say that to brag, I say that I hope of like at least 500 people could just.
You can't sign it twice. I'm over here thinking, how could we, you know, but nah, you can't sign it twice.
It's nothing like that.
Your IP number is show what?
I mean, we're just showing that we are in this area conscious and we're woke. You know, they started this 10 years ago and we're in the future living somebody's vision that they thought of. They wanted to share that. It reached us. Doesn't matter how long it took. We have it, and we're now participating in a culture that has affected everything we've done since our youth.
Well, so, hitting the nail on the head, speaking of participating in the culture that is before us, what do you plan to enlighten us with, Miss Gypsy Ray?
I was going to have us flip a coin, if anybody can find us a coin in there.
You got a coin in there?
This year, you know, we've chosen 2 people from history to talk about.
Okay.
And I chose Sylvia Robinson, who passed away last year. She is a hip hop legacy. She is known as sometimes the mother of hip hop or sometimes the godmother of hip hop.
Okay.
And I chose her because I ran into an article that was in the source about Sylvia and what she has done. So that's what I'm going to be talking about.
Ooh,
and what I'm going to be doing is showing how reading and research is important in everything that we do.
Okay.
Even in hip hop, even when you flowing, you know what I'm saying? Even when you're doing marketing or when you're trying to find out what type of people would even listen to your music or whatever you're doing. You got to read.
Okay.
Right? So what are you talking about?
I'm going to enlighten them on Frederick Douglass. You know what I'm saying? That was a powerful individual that made paths. Clear to see that, you know, it ain't where you come from, it's where you're going. Because this man was a slave, but turned out to be the advisor to Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get into that a little later.
Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
And Sylvia Robinson. So that's what's up. Before we get into the stories, we want to say to everybody all over the world, thank you for watching this, no matter how late and how far that, you know, because I love the internet because it's going to be on the internet for a long time. But the Hip Hop Appreciation Week 2012 is here.
That's the third week of May.
Third week of May, May 13th to 20th this year. Sunday, May 13th.
What you got going on?
We have been scheduled to perform with You and Act at the Rust Belt, which is on Mahoney Avenue. It's downtown Youngstown, the Rust Belt. You can look up these places and find them. I don't have the address, but I know we're going to start at about 6 p.m.
Okay.
And we're going to spend about 40 minutes with the kids performing and letting them know what Raw War is about, what the Rapture is about, so the kids can know who we are in the community and that we do support them to help them reach their goals. So shouts out to You and Act.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's Monica Beasley Martin.
Okay.
And I believe this is Brandon Martin's organization. You and Act works with the youth and disadvantaged youth in acting and dancing and stuff like that. So they invited us out. So that's May 13th, Sunday. Then on Saturday, I'm jumping around too much.
It's okay.
Tell them what we're doing on Tuesday, on the 14th.
Tuesday. Let me see. Actually, that's Monday. Tuesday is the 15th.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Monday, we're going to have a meet and greet up at, 4800 Market Street at Hip Hop Cafe / Method 88. You know, we're just going to get it in, kick it, discuss hip hop copyrights and publishing. And I'm going to say hip hop copyright because there's a lot of different forms of copywriting. And let's clear it up. We talking about CDs. We talking about shirts, merchandising, different stuff like
poetry, you know, songwriting, and how to protect yourself. And we also going to be talking about publishing. But we're going to be doing it the Method 8 way.
So if you're interested in being enlightened on copywriting and publishing and learning the Method 8 way, I advise you to get to 4800 Market Street, you know, and get hooked up with the hookup.
Okay. And then I think on the 15th.
Okay, that's Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. We'll be with Big D, our future president.
Okay, 2016.
He's having a command performance And I don't know if you're familiar with what those are, but that's when the president sits back, relaxes, and invites in artists to perform. It's called a command performance, because if the president of your country says come perform, then I think you better pack your bags. But I believe they pay for it. That's the good thing about it.
Okay.
But anyway, so Big D, in a representation of that whole culture, that whole, I'm going to call it a ritual, we're going to have a command performance starring local artists.
Okay.
So don't miss out. It's going to be comedy, music, food, and fun. You can look at all these events at wildwar.biz, so I'm going to speedily through it.
Right
on the 16th, we're going to be on Belmont Avenue at disclosed location.
Okay,
do you know what it's called?
Belmont Steaks,
At
behind
Belmont
Subway.
Steaks. Wednesday, every third Wednesday, they are performing there. So we just added that to the list because we always go. Well, this will be our second time going, but it'll be live.
How about Wednesday? We're gonna be at the Four Seasons Flea Market.
Yeah.
On what is that? Somebody know where that's at? Is that McCartney Road? Can't miss it if you know where that's at. You know what I'm saying? We'd be somewhere in one of those spots getting it in, selling the Youngstown Movement shirt, the Rapture CDs. Come get you a piece of this old Taste and See with Faith to Faith guy going on. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you want an affirmation CD.
You have the affirmation CD.
That is beautiful.
It comes with a t-shirt. Ladies, this is a great Mother's Day gift. I'll be out there Wednesday with them. I'm going to tell you right now, you can get this for $10 or less. A CD with inspirational music and poetry and a t-shirt that matches it. Got over 10 designs. I got Youngstown Movement t-shirts in all colors now. Ooh, ladies. And also you can get that 1093 Run This City. If you want good hip-hop from artists that you know, this is music you can trust.
Okay.
I mean, these artists go to YSU. I mean, some of this music is clean and some of this music isn't. But if you have a teenager who's growing up listening to this stuff anyway, why not surprise them and buy them some hip hop music from the area? This is gospel, faith to faith.
Yeah, we keep it jiggy.
And we're gonna have Time to Play Politics on deck, the Rapture on deck, and there's a lot of stuff. Our keychains. And, come out and see what we're doing on Wednesday at the flea market.
The catalog will be here soon.
And then, there's a lot more going on. So
check it out. Then we got, what's that going to be? Thursday. We having an open mic night. Same location, 4800 Market Street. I advise all musicians to come play their instrument. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a nice time. Drink some coffee and tea.
I hope dancers can come out too. And again, if you can't keep up with the schedule we're running by you, it is at www.rawwar.biz.
For sure.
Don't want to bore you. Moving on expeditiously. Friday the 18th, we'll be at a hip hop event at Church Hill in Liberty, Ohio, with Billy Badass herself at 5 p.m. Her and the kids will be out there dancing and showing you what hip hop is all about in this area. We cross barriers and we knock down walls and we get together. Yeah, we make it happen. All races, creeds, and colors. That's what hip hop lays a foreground for all people to come. So, you know what I'm saying? That's positive. So I don't know what this negative thing is about.
Do your homework.
And also, the truth about hip hop, you probably want to learn from somebody who's doing hip hop. You might not want to listen to some CD or DVD that you got somewhere. Now, I'm not saying that these things aren't true, but what I'm saying is there's a truth about hip hop, and the one fact is that it's a positive culture, regardless of what corporate America has done. You can't take what a group of people was doing and say this is the hip hop culture. No, if those people are worshiping the devil, those are devil worshipers who rap. Now that's just an example, and I'm not being defensive about it. It's just that there is really a lot of deception going on, and we have to be very careful what we tell our children, because they're going to still journey and search on their own regardless. If you tell them that something is bad, then usually that draws them to it more. But if you tell them truth, they decide
for themselves.
So
speaking of deciding for yourself, note that on Friday we will be kicking with Billy Badass, but this will launch our grand opening for the Hip Hop Cafe.
That's right.
And that's at 4800 Market Street at the Method 8 Inc. studio. And we're going to party with a purpose. We're going to have food, fun, networking, performances, you name it. In that place, it's going to be going down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so if you in the vicinity, you better come holler at us.
So that's the Hip Hop Cafe. If you are a performer or a musician or dancer, please hit us up and book your event right at the Hip Hop Cafe. Especially jump off with us again Friday the 18th. And Party with a Purpose. Food, fun, networking, performances, and plan your next meeting because we're going to be having the Hip Hop Cafe every third Friday.
Every third Friday, y'all.
From now till January
to November
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Saturday 19th, come kick with Raw
Saturday, Raw Wars listening party. You know what I'm saying? We getting it in. You know how we do it. 4800 Market Street. If that ain't embedded in your head already, you think of Raw War and Rain and Remix, where they at? It's 4800 Market Street. 330-330-8822. Can't go wrong with that.
If you've never visited the studio, you should see it now. It's been remodeled. We have a live stage. It's a very comfortable place to network.
Y'all got a live stage?
There's tables.
Y'all got a stage?
Yeah, there's a stage there.
Y'all killing them.
Be the first to come hear Rapture by Raw War. We were told that this song will change your mind.
Oh.
So
I see you, B West. I see you on me. He had to change of heart. You know what I'm saying? He heard the Rapture. He had to change of heart.
Now, one more thing. We're going to go to commercials.
Okay.
And you know, pay some homage to some of our sponsors. But before we do that, again, you can go see that whole list at rawwar.biz. Check out what we're doing. Fit yourself in. If you own a business, tell us what you're doing. If you have a new idea in the community that you want to share, but the media might not be as receptive, come on to rawwar.biz. Come on and in your lap and slap them as hard as you can. That's what we're here for. And so that's why I want to take the moment to tell y'all about this Memorial Day 2012.
Come on.
Raw War.
The 28th.
And Method 8, Rainmaker, Ace, and all the different corporations that have gotten together are having a special Memorial Day episode.
Wow.
And we're going to be meeting at Method 8, and we're going to make a great tribute to people we've lost, a rest in peace dedication that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm going to be putting that information out during Hip Hop Appreciation Week.
Right.
How to prepare for this Memorial Day event where you can make a rest in peace dedication to someone you've lost. It doesn't have to be a violent loss, but we are specifically talking to those who've lost people violently in this city or anywhere in the world with war, crime, domestic violence, or anything like that, so that you can see that you're not alone. And that's what this main thing is about. And it's also still just showing love and coming together again on a purpose, but with a positive reason, you know. Now we do it at Rainmaker.
Okay then. And to join our live studio audience for the week of Hip Hop Appreciation Week, all you gotta do is hit us up 330-330-8822.
That's right. And y'all know the same artists will be there as always. I don't mean same like same, but shouts out to everybody that supports Raw War and the Youngstown Movement, Paris Hill 380, Big D,
JFD
1093, SJ, Chris Cargo, Rebecca Banks,
F20.
Also, what's
that? Fly Like an Eagle Entertainment. You know,
and
Big A's all the ways.
So we go to commercial real quick, guys. Appreciate it.
Free download. All you gotta do is go to DapHits.com and search Green Dynasty. Free mixtape, Winner Circle 2. Holla at co-CEO of Green Dynasty, Mike Groove at 818-599-0172. Download Winner Circle 2 free on DapHits.com. Just search Green Dynasty. Holla at Mike Groove at 818-599-0172. And you're headed to the moon. Minuteman Press. The first and last stop in prison. Whether it's school, business, or personal, Minuteman Press, 3200 Belmont Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio, got everything you need. From banners to business cards, card stock, and economy. Whatever the size, call Minuteman Press. It's no surprise. 330-759-7414. And tell them Rainmaker Entertainment sent you to 3200 Belmont Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio. Minuteman Press. We got the method of doing business and literature. At Method 8 Corporations, 4800 Market Street, Youngstown, Ohio, we're fully aware how to handle all your production needs, from video production to copywriting and everything in between. Want to be a part of this family here at Method 8 Corporations?
$7.99. In a minute, I got you.
330-259-1279. Method 8 Corporation.
In a minute, I got you.
Market Street, Youngstown, Ohio. Petways, food to go catering service. 1535 Logan Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio. Down home cooking, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday, 1 to 6 p.m. Give them a call and place your order now. 4545. And tell them Rainmaker Entertainment sent you to 1535 Logan Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio. Santos Computer Repair. 4011 Newman Way, Youngstown, Ohio. All computer repairs done by Microsoft certified professionals. Motherboards, screens, hard drives, or just want to get an update, don't matter. Why wait? Call Santos Computer Repair now. 330-406.
You know we got to pay the dues. Got to pay the dues. We appreciate all our sponsors, supporters, networkers, official slappers for being a part of the movement.
Okay, we're gonna get right into it.
Right into it.
That's what I want to bore y'all. You know, I'm looking forward to all the performances this year in this hot summer 2012. I'm looking forward to everything that everybody's waiting on. All these Mayan calendar secret things going on.
Speaking of Mayan calendar secrets,
What's up?
we just got the opportunity today to go perform in August. So we got time. I'll tell you about it. We'll be in August performing at the... I'll tell you about it.
Yes.
I tell you about it too. I tell you about it. But yep, it's going down.
Yeah.
We're going to keep this here moving expeditiously. I don't want to bore no one, so I'm going to read a short biography about... They don't know that they called him Dr. Frederick Douglass, but it says Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
And if you don't know Frederick Douglass, I advise you to just Google him. He's a very enlightening man. Some of the things that I read on doing my homework is very inspirational. But here we go, expeditiously. Frederick Douglass was born in a slave cabin in February of 1818 near a town in Easton, on the eastern shore of Maryland. Separated from his mother when he was only a few weeks old, he was raised by his grandparents. At about the age of 6, his grandmother took him to the plantation, where he was left with the master. Not being told that she was going to be gone to leave him, Douglass never recovered from the betrayal of the abandonment. When he was about 8, he was sent to Baltimore to live as a houseboy with Hugh and Sophia, relatives of his master. It was shortly after his arrival that his new master taught him the alphabet, when her husband forbade her to continue her instructions because it was unlawful to teach slaves how to read. Frederick took it upon himself to learn. He made the neighborhood boys his teachers by giving his food away in exchange for lessons in reading and writing. At about the age of 12 or 13, Douglass purchased a copy of the Columbian, Orator, a popular school book which at that time helped him to gain an understanding and appreciation of the power of the spoken and the written word as two of the most effective means of which is bringing about permanent positive change.
Okay.
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
Yeah.
So let's wait. I think that's interesting what you said right
About
there.
that book?
Well, a popular school book of the time, which helped him to gain an understanding and appreciation of the power
Yeah.
of the spoken
word.
and the written word as two of the most effective means by which to bring about permanent positive change. I think that's all we need to say about Frederick Douglass.
And on this day, last year when it was presented to me, Remix, what you gonna do? You gonna get back to the community? It's rap day. You gotta get back to the community. And I can see. So I felt like reading to the community is gonna be something that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, I ain't gonna say it was a time, but I know some people that was growing up that couldn't see. So being able to see is more than a blessing; it's a gift. So when it's come time to give back, well, I'm gonna read something. You know what I'm saying? Because some people can't read.
I
Got
agree.
grandparents that can't read. Read this for me, baby.
And just that first paragraph there explained how important education
Hey.
was for Frederick Douglass, but he was taught to read as secret. Now, learning to read is free. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to really, really take advantage of these things that we do have access to that before was against the law. I mean, not to dig up old worms, but for real, everybody, read. And with Google, like with my son, he
it's so
will
easy
Google
now.
up something and just tell me everything that's going on. And
Okay.
he's very, very intelligent through the research that he's done through the internet, although it may not be what's going on in school at times. So parents, read to your children. Read things they're interested in. Read stuff
Here
that...
you go, y'all.
that-
Three key things for success that Dr. Frederick Douglass applied to his life. Believe in yourself. Take advantage of every opportunity and use the power of spoken and written language to effective, positive change for yourself and your society.
And so every time we write a rap and then we go record it, we're using those tools to the best of our advantage. And that's the thing about being artists like Raw War with a purpose. You know, I mean, all our music is like not like that. We just don't cuss or that we're just gospel, but we're funk, gospel, and hip hop. But we're positive. Therefore, our music has a purpose as comparison to somebody that might just be flowing to entertain.
Right.
And that just puts us in two different boxes. And it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? As long as there is a box to be put in is what we need to be concerned with. So that's what's up. If you're interested in some artist development,
okay,
and some marketing and merchandising
on
a small underground level, because we have nothing, we don't sell dreams over here, but we do know what it's like to be an artist struggling. So you know, you got to check out Hard Day's Night, our mixtape that's coming out in June. The mixtape is hot, and it's just all about everything that we went through and learned in 2011. Preparing for 2012 and all the different emotions we went through, realizing that we was getting older, realizing that nobody's coming to save us, realizing that we are the main, we the fuel to the fire of our own success. I mean, without us, it won't happen. And us is the magic word.
Okay.
Okay, because you can do something by yourself, but it's gonna be meaningless. Trust me. But that us factor is what gave us the power to connect. And then when the people who thinking, well, getting together wasn't so smart or ain't the best thing or where they going with it or why are they doing that, well, you'll see in 2012 exactly where it takes you when you build and you come together for one cause and everybody plays their roles. But you know my spew, nothing's changed. I got Sylvia Robinson, a true legacy, the mother of hip hop, left a long-lasting impression on the culture. If you don't know Sylvia Robinson, I encourage you to Google her. She is in order. Well, let's see. Let me read. I'm gonna read. That's what this is about.
Google need to send us some money. We ain't said that name a couple times.
In order to understand hip hop. Well, they didn't even want. No, Google got it going on.
They got it going on.
Yeah,
we do too.
Bill Gates was trying to buy Google, and they was like, nope. And he hit him with Bing. So this is us hitting them with rawwar.biz. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so they don't gotta pay us. It's all good. In order to understand hip hop, one has to revisit where it all began. Sylvia Robinson's effect on hip-hop may go unfelt by this generation, but it was her contribution that would leave an inedible impact on its very culture. At 75 years young, we lost a true pioneer and one of the founders of the business of rap this past September. So y'all know that's important to me because I'm all about the business of rap. Thanks to my city, Youngstown, Ohio, that taught me the business of rap. Dubbed the mother of hip-hop, Robinson's resume is a historic piece in itself. After experiencing success as one half of the 1950s duo Mickey and Sylvia, she later embarked on a solo career in the 1970s, which yielded the hit Pillow Talk, which was a song that she had offered to Al Green, but he couldn't sing it because he was doing his gospel. And so she decided to sing it, which brought her back into the limelight. Spotting the rap trend early at her daughter's birthday party, Robinson rushed to form Sugar Hill Records later that decade with her spouse, Joe Robinson. So although she saw her children in this new rap thing, as an adult, she jumped upon a business opportunity. And that's what we're going through now, growing up. It's not too late to do your music, and there's no age to rapping or poetry or book writing or acting. And I'm saying all these things because these are creative jobs, creative careers that have their ups and downs, unlike going to be a doctor or going to be a nurse or a police officer, you know what I'm saying? You have to more work for yourself when you're being creative. So I'm really stopping and pausing on that because Rainmaker Entertainment is based upon a few artists who come together and say, hey, let's just do this ourselves, and that's not no rocket science. That ain't nothing new to be an independent label. But we're actually going to be a label that is not going to go out searching for a larger investor who's just going to turn everything around. And that's why we're into our 5th year and we're still going strong. When you're building an empire, it's not going to happen overnight.
Oh, no.
But you can do a rap album and you can do that overnight and you can have a 15-minute success, but that's not the goal.
I was about to say, overnight won't last long.
Sylvia Robinson also co-produced and helped pen the song Rapper's Delight with Sugar Hill Gang. And I think she was married to Joe Robinson, who was also in the Sugar Hill Gang. So it was a family thing. And that's why it worked, because only things that work, you have to work with people and you have to stay through it. You can't drop off and come back later and try to pick up where you left off. You have to create a long-lasting networking business relationship. And that's what we're starting here in a small town, and it's very effective because there's a lot of talented people here. Robinson would deliver, once again, producing and co-writing The Message as well by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. So I did a little research, and I heard that she wasn't actually the writer of a lot of these songs, and a lot of people are upset that she's getting credit for them, but she probably was the one that stepped out and helped these people, and you get credibility for that. You might get production, you might say produced by Sylvia Robinson, and she might have did nothing but introduced, you know, remix to Lucky Toriano and put together a new song, and she's the producer of that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about rap business. They need to do some research, you know what I'm saying, and then they will find themselves unstuck into these situations, especially if you have a good album. If you didn't publish that album, that's one of your mistakes, because you could publish it and then get it on a song, get it on a commercial, but it first has to be a living, breathing entity, and that's what publishing does for your music. Sylvia Robinson, my inspiration.
Okay then. Hey.
What can I say?
I can't wait till next year.
It's all about the music, baby.
I'm gonna read something real hot next year.
You gonna read something real hot? You looking forward to next year?
I think I'm gonna write it.
Are we gonna be here next year?
I think I'm gonna just write it myself and then read it.
We're not gonna blow up or anything in 2012, December 21st, 2012?
Even if I was a little flower, I could still write me a poem and in the breeze let it go off into the world.
Okay.
So even if we was to blow up, I'll be back.
Okay.
And y'all will be too. Slap your friends, slap your mama and them. Matter of fact, you tell your mama, we said Happy Mother's Day, and if she at 4800, nah. Bring her to the UNAC thing at the Rust Belt. That's what you do.
Yes, and moms who don't have anything planned and nobody's bringing you a gift or appreciating you, bring yourself downtown to Rust Belt and come kick it with Rob Ward. I promise you will not be sorry. I'll have a free item there for you. We got a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, to give away from last year, because people don't believe in our contests.
Okay.
But they're real and they're timeless. In other words, we don't say by 9 p.m. to the 10th call. Nah. Hit us up, 330-330-8822. This is Hip Hop Appreciation Week, May 13th through May 19th. So deadline will be May 19th on our 2 running contests. One is to go to our Facebook page, Gypsy Rain, or Remix Unmixed.
Okay,
Remix Unmuted.
It used to be that.
And sign a declaration of peace. And then send us a confirmation email to biz@rawwar.biz.
Special shout out to Dirk. You know, he wanted to be a participant of the Rap Music Day here with us, but unfortunately he had some things that he had to handle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Dirty Dirk.
So Dirty Dirk, we pulling for you, homie. Matter of fact, call me when you get this.
And also, we're gonna do another set of commercials. We love y'all. Peace and love
and hair grease. Halo for your dreads.
CROWN. Call for your next escorted tour, limousine service, or charter experience. Expelling in services since 1997. J&W Crown Limousine Service. 1-888-68 CROWN. J&W Crown Limousine and Coach Line. 1315 Market Street, Youngstown, Ohio. What's up, homie? Hey man, who lined you up? Chauncey, the master barber. He got you looking like lights, camera, action. I know, right? You can find him everywhere. Hit him up. What's his number? 330-518-1894. Or just go where? The Dynasty Salon. That's at 2415 Greenwood Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio. Yeah, you get millions of cuts by Chauncey. Millions of cuts by Chauncey? The master barber. Oh, he the master barber at 2414 J&W Crown Limousine and Coach Line, 1315 Market Street, Youngstown, Ohio. 1-888-68 CROWN. Call for your next Snap, that's what they talking about. And who will be the first up on the couch? In the cut of love? Yeah, that's in your lap.
On sale now. Get your own.
Tell a friend, it's in your laps. Again, slap in your lap every Sunday night. 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can